Hello everybody, this is Caesar Passage 24 of the Gallic War, the landing, the final one, and then I'll be seeing you all very soon, I'm sure, at Barbary. But the barbarians, Concilio Cognito Plaemiso, having learnt the plan, with the plan of the Romans having been learnt, having realised ablative absolute, the Concilio Cognito, having learnt the plan of the Romans, Praemiso Equitatu, having sent forward their cavalry and their charioteers, or having sent forward their cavalry and their charioteers, quo plerumque genere in proelius uti consuerunt, some of which plerumque quo, some of which they consuerunt, they were accustomed to uti, to employ in battle, some of which they were, some of this sort they were accustomed to use in battle. Plerumque referring to the chariots here, some of which they were accustomed to use in battle. Reliquis copis, having followed with their reliquis copis, having followed us with their remaining forces, they were prohibebant, they were preventing us, or they were preventing nostros, our men, from disembarking, from getting out of the naubus, of the ships. Erat. But the barbarians, having learnt of the plan of the Romans, and having sent forward ablative absolute again, having sent forward the cavalry and the chariots in advance, some of which, this is referring to the chariots, some of this type, referring to the chariots, they were accustomed to use in battles. Having followed our men with their remaining troops, they were preventing us from disembarking from the ships. Erat, there was, on account of these causes, the summa difficultas, the utmost difficulty, quod, because the ships nisi propter magnitudinem in alto constitui non poterant, because the ships, on account of their propter magnitudinem, on account of their great size, were not poterant, able to halt. No, that's not right. Were not able to be stationed, except nisi, unless in alto, unless in deep water. Militibus autem. The soldiers, on the other hand, ignotis locis, in an unfamiliar location, in unfamiliar situations, unfamiliar with the place, with their manibus impeditis, with their limbs encumbered, magno et gravi honore armorum oppressis, weighed down by the great and heavy burden of their armour, however, with our soldiers, all these ablative absolutes, simul, at the same time, they had to, so this is interesting, now look at this is all in the dative, because we have a gerundive of obligation, it's a great sentence, desiliendum, consistendum, pugnandum, all of these different ones, going through there, look at all these different things, erat, all of these gerundive of obligation governed by the dative for the agents, which are the, that last one isn't, but these are all the militibus, so the soldiers, however, had to, and that's where we get the desiliendum, the soldiers, however, had to jump down, desiliendum, had to jump down from their ships, the soldiers, however, had to, so the militibus desiliendum erat, the soldiers, however, desiliendum, gerundive of obligation, the soldiers, however, had to jump down from their ships and to consistentum, to gain a footing in the waves, get a stable footing in the waves, and to pugnandum, to fight with the enemies. Cum, while they, this is the enemies, the Britons now, while they, either on or from dry land, either on dry ground, or progressi, perfect active participle, having advanced paulum a little into the water, with their omnibus, with all of their limbs expeditis, unencumbered, with the notissimis locis, with the place, with the situation, with the environment, with the territory, most familiar, superlative, audacter, were brazenly, coecerent tela, were brazenly throwing their weapons, and incitarent, were stirring on their well-trained into factos well-trained equos, horses. Caesar likes to raise the profile of his opposition, because by doing that he obviously raises the profile of his own victories. Quibus rebus nostri. Our men, nostri per teriti, terrified by this situation, by these affairs. Obviously also when Caesar's men are terrified, it gives Caesar the opportunity of, in his description of his great leadership, of basically managing to help them get over this fear, which then raises his own profile even more. So, our men, however, terrified by this situation, by these affairs, and completely impediti, omnino impediti, completely inexperienced of huius generis pugnae, of this type of combat, did not ute bantur, did not employ the same alacritate, did not employ the same courage and enthusiasm, quo which they consuerant, which they had been accustomed uti to employ in pedestribus proelis, in infantry battles, as they were used to in battles on land. Very well done, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon and talking a little bit more about Caesar. Well done, chaps.